Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back with another episode of The Witcher 3. So, last episode I said I'd do the trading and uh, what is this, blacksmithing, all of that stuff offline. At least that time, probably a lot of times. So, after spending about 20 minutes on it, which, man, this game really does uh, take its time, we were able to create the Viper Steel Sword, which is a pretty good sword. So we're no longer using the hatchet, which we used to kill the things. And we would like to replace the Witcher's Silver Sword, which is a lot more powerful still, but there are better options. Uh, I have basically no negotiating skills. I have
Are you here to
determined.
spy?
Let me just come in here and quickly show you
Show me what you're peddling.
what we couldn't do. But I have no haggling skills. It is pretty obvious. So selling for things for what they're worth is crazy. So this is like 8 of 16 if I was to sell it. Uh, and he totally rips you off. If you look at what you would get for selling something versus what he wants to buy something, the values are horribly high. The thing I need to buy is the emerald dust. That would be 571 crowns. We only have 301 crowns. He has 830. I also chose to sell the Griffin trophy. 10% chance to dismember. And I probably got ripped off for that because he wants 250 for that, and I think he only gave me close to half of that. But some things that we can craft now that we have the crossbow is we are eventually going to want to craft some bolts, which are going to require feathers, fibers, monster saliva, silver ore, and iron ore. And I don't know if this is you craft it once or we have to craft a whole bunch of them. Or we can get the exploding bolt for monster feathers and hardened timber and zirconium powder, which I don't have any, and he doesn't even sell, and iron ore and silver ore. So those are two things here. I can craft a haft, which is a piece of junk, for 3 gold, and then sell a haft for probably like 1 gold. Here is the sword I want to make, and I'm missing the emerald dust. It would cost 72 to make this sword. It does 112 to 138 damage and a bunch of extra things, and it requires only level 1. However, if this is the Viper Silver Sword, which we unlocked through that quest, the diagram for. However, this item takes does 200 damage to 248 damage, which would be a lot more. Unfortunately, the required level is 13. So unless we start hitting some really major levels, we're going to be stuck with either the Serpentine Silver Sword or and this one I probably wouldn't ever craft because it's less than this one. But I think I might end up crafting all of these because you only can craft one of them, it seems like. And when you craft it, you would have a pretty good sword that you could turn around and sell, I bet. And that's how I got the sword that we have now. We have all these little things that would only cost 3 to make this sword. Serpentine Still Sword. I guess I can make another one of those. Maybe you can craft multiple ones of this. I guess that would make sense. Let's go over here and just show the halves. He won't even sell you buy a half from you. So we'll have to go to the other guy. But that was about 20 minutes of just looking at that guy to figure out and dismantle things and do all of that. I'm glad my horse stayed here. I'm just gonna leave the horse right there. He just slid down that instead of walking down the stairs like a normal person. So prepare to leave White Orchard with Vesemir. I am glad to do that. He is right here. We are going to a new land. We're done here. There's no more quests except for collect them all. And we're going after Yennefer some more. I have one Thunderbolt left. I wonder if that gets rejuvenated if I talk to people. Let's talk to this merchant just so very quickly.
Let me have a look at your stuff.
He's not selling probably anything worth buying. Maybe Dwarven Spirit or two, but he wants 43 for it out of its actual value of 144. But if I was to come over here and start selling things, the Haft here sells for 2, it costs 3 to make. That's terrible negotiation. However, at a certain point, if I can learn to better haggle, I think I am going to be able to make halves, sell them for 4 or 6 or whatever, and then make some real money on it. I also have this key, the Tamarind Lily key. I don't know where it goes to, and I don't want to sell it.
Take care.
I'm afraid to sell the key. We have no reason to play Gwent with this guy again. Let's get in here and leave. White Orchid, we are done with ye. Do you wanna buy any food? I do have just a few coin. I don't think it's worth it.
Yennefer's in Vizima. Got a few friends there, so... Something wrong?
Look around. Trouble brewing.
Who are they?
Who are they?
Patriots. Drinking their 7th round for Temeria. Fist starting to itch.
Don't see any Nilfgaardians.
They'll find another foe. I'll buy some provisions for the journey. Then we'll go. Geralt, we should stay out of it. Just this once.
What happened to the lilies?
Took him down.
Took them down to hang a golden sun there now.
I cannot show Temerian colours. They'll come and burn the tavern down.
Maybe it's true what they say. You fond of the Imperials? You Nilfgaard's whore?
I'll let that pass. I know grief eats at your heart.
You know shit. They hanged my sister, dragged her out the cloister like a dog. Said Nilfgaard's no place for superstition, that they don't fear the wrath of the gods. And you, do you fear it? If not for Annie, your child would have choked on its navel string. You owe your son to my sister attending to the birth, and you don't fear the gods' wrath. You don't fear it, you cunt! Leave me be!
Recognize this medallion? You know what it means. Back off.
You alright?
They say witches steal young'uns. That true? What the Emperor promise you, freaks? Your own land? Like he did the elves once?
Get out, all of you.
We ain't going nowhere. and neither are you.
They won't back down now.
I can see that.
Okay, this is interesting. I was gonna end up killing these guys already. Why have I been playing nice?
It's all right. It's over.
Leave me be! Get away!
See his face! God save us!
Be gone, and don't ever come back.
So much for not getting involved. Come on, let's go.
That brawl, we didn't start it.
Excuses, excuses. You've not changed a bit.
Yen? How?
I received a report about a witcher who'd appeared in White Orchard. I knew it was you, looking for me. I might have waited until you found me, but... well, you know me. Patience has never been my strong suit. It's... good to see you, Geralt. I'd even embrace you. Were you not covered in blood?
Sorry. Wasn't expecting to see you. To be honest, this isn't at all how I imagined we'd meet.
How did you imagine it?
He didn't imagine you'd have a Nilfgaardian escort. Don't get me wrong, Yennefer. I'm glad to see you. But I do think you owe us an explanation.
And I shall provide it. In Vizima. Ready your horses.
Why Vizima?
We can talk here. Some charming orchards nearby. In bloom even, so you almost can't smell the corpses.
A tempting proposition. Sadly, I must say no. You see, someone awaits you in Vizima. Someone who doesn't like to be kept waiting. Emperor Emir var Emrys. Or, to those on more intimate terms with him, the white flame dancing on the graves of his foes.
Doubt I number among that group. Far as I remember, last time we saw each other, he wanted to kill me.
Well, now he wishes to make you an offer.
The kind one can't refuse.
I didn't, though I could have.
Fine. Guess I'm willing to hear him out.
The Emperor of Nilfgaard, Lord of Metina, Ebbing, and Gamera, Sovereign of Nazaire and Vicovaro will feel honored, I'm sure.
What about you?
I'm going in the opposite direction. I somehow doubt the Emperor's invitation mentioned me. Besides, I've got things to do at Kaer Morhen, remember?
Yeah, I remember. Thanks for your help, Vesemir. See you soon.
How's your horse? Swift?
Can't complain. Why do you ask?
I'd like to be back behind some thick city walls as soon as possible.
So, got a big old chunk of experience for these past couple cutscenes. I kind of wanted to go see the herbalist again. Check on her. I forgot to do that. I'll probably never remember. We won't get back to this area probably for a long time.
You know, I had a dream about you recently.
Knowing you, it was probably filthy.
Just the beginning. But then...
But then...
This happened. Well, the bridge was blown up. Maybe we can't go back.
This bard's tale begins near White Orchard, with my dear friend Geralt of Rivia seeking his lover of yore, the sorceress Yennefer. She'd eluded him for years, but now seemed just a few steps ahead. After many trials and tribulations, Geralt finally learned that Yen was in nearby Vizima.
So we got one sentence there.
It must suffice.
Thinkamir cares if I'm clean.
The gentleman will refer to His Imperial Majesty by his full title or not at all. The gentleman will be seated on the bergère.
The what now?
In that chair. Cletwin, please shave the gentleman's sideburns to half an inch.
What's wrong with my beard? Always thought it added to my dignity.
It does. Yet it also detracts from your elegance. In Nilfgaard, we consider beards hard on the eyes. Especially beards infested with lice.
Been on the road a while. Fine, do your thing.
Tilt your head back, please, and sit still.
And prepare to answer some questions.
General, I am not certain this is the appropriate time.
I can't think of a better time. Men turn honest when they feel a blade at their throat. Morvran Voris, commander of the Alba Division. Before they take you in to see the Emperor, Witcher, there's some information I need you to verify. It's a formality, but one that must be seen to.
Sure. Paperwork's gotta be in order.
So, Geralt of Rivia. Place of birth unknown. Parents unknown. Age unknown. All insignificant details. Let us proceed to more recent events. The siege of La Valette Castle. The fate of the defending commander, one Arian.
Okay. Let's see. Well, I believe he's asking me what I did in the second game. Did I kill? Is that the guy I killed? I spared his life, he escaped. I killed him. I think I killed him.
Foltest ordered me to clear the path. The boy stood in my way.
Cutting down the La Valette heir. This made no impression on you? I suppose it wouldn't. What's some baron to an assassin of kings? Moving on. You then found shelter in charming Flotsam, and from there made your way to Vergen. My question is how?
I have no idea what I did in the last game, and that's what this is asking. So we're just gonna have to kind of make it up. So, got out of Flotsam with Vern Roche, or I joined Ivanhoe, he helped me out. Now Ivanhoe was the elf, so I think I joined with the elf. I think I did.
I left Flotsam with Yorvith, commander of a Scoia'tael unit.
A slayer of monsters and a slayer of men. You forge interesting alliances.
Something tells me my most interesting is yet to come. Go on, next question, before my beard grows back in.
We shall shave you again if it does. Very well. The infamous summit at Loch Muin. You were there. And once again meddled in the affairs of the mighty.
I think I saved Triss.
The mighty had imprisoned Triss Marigold. Ought to know I care about her, and I tend to rescue those I care about.
And so you did, handing Radovid control of the Conclave and Council of Mages in the process.
Nilfgaard recently started a war, unprovoked. So do us both a favor and stop moralizing.
The gentleman must sit still. I'm almost done.
I'm afraid I might find that difficult. Because, from what I know, shortly afterwards you watched a defective megascope blow your friend Sheila de Tanserville to bits.
Did she escape, or did she get what was coming to her? Let's say she escaped, just in case she might actually show up again in this game if we say that happened.
I watched her get in the megascope, but ultimately freed her from the trap your man Letho of Gullet had set. Write that down. I want to be sure the paperwork's in order now.
Well, national interest calls on one to forge difficult alliances at times. Alliances with witches included.
The Alliance is still alive? What happened to Letho? I think I killed Letho.
Well, that alliance has been dissolved, irrevocably. I killed Letho in Loch Muin.
So we heard. It's a good thing you did. Saved our agent some messy and difficult work. I believe that is all. Your signature, please, affirming you stated the whole truth and nothing but the truth on pain of imprisonment or death, etc. Here and here.
With these formalities seen to, I would ask the General to leave the room. We shall be choosing the gentleman's attire. An important matter, but one that does not require the General's assistance.
Shame.
So the guy on the left in certain scenes has a really good looking textured face.
With your audience.
A lot more than some of the other faces. This is kind of the problem of the next generation of graphics, is that you could spend a lot of time on textures,
ready for a wedding.
or not so many textures.
A gentleman a frock, a tailcoat, or possibly a dinner jacket. In point of fact, the gentleman will choose from these garments.
Any color as long as it's black. Where's my clothes?
Where are my clothes?
Where they should have gone long ago, with the laundress. They will be returned to you after the audience, clean and starched. The gentleman will tell me once he has chosen an outfit.
Okay.
A wedding directly out of Northern.
Now, that just sprung up on me, and there was an angle here that I may have had to edit out, so you may have seen some blackness or some blurriness in this video.
A shame.
By
I have no time.
see, can I just take this? The opposition of Nilfgaard. Can I just loot? Just coming out of nowhere. I mean, also, I didn't know I wasn't 100% certain that the Wild Hunt was really a
directly out of Northern
actual force.
Inconceivable.
I was starting to wonder if it was maybe just a symbol type thing, and we were never actually going to see those people. There we go. Might as well just take everything, why not? I'm not gonna wander around turning off lights.
A shame I have no time.
We've gotten a shave, we've gotten a bath. Just gonna take... We're picking up different things, from what I can tell. Getting too close to them. they want us to pick clothes. Is there any meaning behind the clothes? I don't know. I doubt it. It's just pick whatever you want, I would bet. And I cannot affirm that I did any of those things in The Witcher 2. I never even played The Witcher 1, so I can guarantee I didn't do anything in The Witcher 1, but I may very well have drastically changed the outcome of this game by those few questions. Let's see, do we want this or this? Which one? I mean, they almost look exactly the same. It has a belt with some sleeves and stripes that are a bit wider than this. They look exactly the same. Is there something in the middle I'm missing? Can somebody tell me what the difference is between these two on the edges? Certainly the one in the middle looks different. But the two on the edges look exactly the same. Well, let's just take that. Why not? Elf Guardian, take it all. You know what, let's just take them all. Hey, if we can do a little mix and match here. Be in high fashion. There we go. And then talk to this guy.
This might come as news to the gentleman, but the towel wrapped around one's waist is not fitting attire for an audience. The gentleman will kindly dress.
I guess this is supposed to be the first time we were supposed to have ever thought about the inventory and equipping armor, but that doesn't make a lot of sense. We've been doing so much of that. Maybe I've just overplayed it. Elegant, doublet, and doublet. It's all the same. Let's see, we'll take this one. They all have an armor of 1. One of them is lighter than the other, or has a durability difference. Is that the trick? We want the one with the most durabilities? Let's go back and look. This could be pick the thing with the most durability. Yeah. Since that's the only thing we can pick from, let's get the most durable set of clothes equipped on us. I guess we do have some bolts, so we can use those. And we picked up several books that, if I was a reader, I would read. But I'm really just picking them up for no reason. Alright, I look pretty good.
And they say clothes do not make the man. Does the outfit satisfy the gentleman?
A studded doublet and a sword on my back, that's what would satisfy me. But tough, when in Nilfgaard.
Yes?
It's a saying. So what now? Powder my nose?
No need. The gentleman's complexion is light enough. The gentleman is to stand before the ruler of the North and South. I must confirm that he knows how to bow.
I'm not a boar. I know how to bow. Confirm away.
Confirm away.
Please watch. Leg extended, hand flat, head down, chin to chest. The gentleman will rehearse.
Let's see. Wow. Right leg forward, left hand on chest. I think it's left leg forward, right hand on chest.
Lacking fluidity and grace. But we've learned to expect less of Nordlings. Come with me.
Quest updated. Did I get any experience for doing that,
will
right?
address the Emperor only when asked to, and using the appropriate title.
Your arch-magnificency?
I see the gentleman is in the mood for jests. I fear the Emperor might not share his disposition. Your Majesty will suffice. Spoken loudly, clearly, and with respect. Imgrimi et art ketzer. Duifen aden in karn eb marvut. Emir var emreis.
Bow! Your Imperial Majesty.
Arer ep the orde.
Welchen Namen? Wat gern favor? I thought you bowed before no man.
Didn't want to disappoint the Chamberlain. We're friends. Take it you didn't summon me to reminisce about the good old days, so...
Silence. My daughter Cyrilla, she's returned. And she's in danger. The Wild Hunt pursues her. You will find her and bring her to me.
How many men in your army? 20,000? 30? So why me?
You know why. Because she trusts you.
She trusts me, yes. So tell me why you're looking for her. Doubt it's about making up for all those lost years.
For reasons of state, as always. Enough of this banter. You will agree regardless. If for no other reason than because I shall pay you. More than you customarily receive for a contract. Considerably more.
Need information, not...
Save your generosity for those whose homes your armies have razed. I'll do it for Ciri, not for your gold.
Your motives do not interest me. Only results. Yennefer will tell you the rest. This audience is finished. Mererid! Take him to the sorceress.
So that little girl at the beginning of this game, so long ago at this point,
Follow me if
comes
the gentleman
back
pleases.
into the story.
Please keep close. There are many honorable guests in the palace, whom the gentleman
Disgusts.
need not bother.
Are these statues or? Yeah, they're just statues. I thought they were people standing there.
In the morning,
If
and
Ains
it's
catch
past
you,
noon.
in Dythmin Anderson Khan at Morfold.
What? Do you know who you're talking to, soldier? I'm Herivard II, Prince of Elander. Not only am I made to wait here like some supplement...
They're working on the entrance.
Radslieden enecht es tun es saur an nein fire.
I command...
Es sieht Epsa. Finster nein Nein
Now I can't really hear what these guys are saying. I don't even know if they're speaking English.
Gaen Vatgan, Vatkalm.
So is this castle going to be our new hub area is the question. Seems like there's several things I could be collecting here as far as items.
Once the gentleman is done, he should see me to retrieve his possessions.
That quill sharpened yet? Yes? Then transcribe.
Oh, with
True
Yennefer
authority
being in
in
the mix
Novigrad
here,
is not the city
I
council
wonder
or
if we're gonna
merchants'
get
guild.
snuck into another sex
Church of the
scene
Eternal
or
Fire,
type A
criminal underworld.
situation.
At times it is difficult to tell the one from the other. They both display
So,
similar ruthlessness. And
I
cynicism.
may end up doing a lot of editing.
Falling behind.
You know what?
I will
Myself.
definitely be
You'll need only
spending
prepare
my
a clean
effort.
draft.
So if a dialogue option looks like it's gonna go that way, I will certainly, against my baser instincts, choose to not go that direction. But twice now, this game has just had random semi-nudity or nudity, and YouTube does not like that. They do not like that, and I cannot risk a channel with over 600 to 700 videos on it getting locked out and all those videos deleted for the benefit of airing
I have no
one video for a small time.
Geralt, that tunic. You look positively smashing.
Ugh, dying to take it off.
I'd consider that a proposition under different circumstances. One I might even take you up on. But we've matters to attend to. Now do you understand why I'm at Emir's court?
Mm-hmm. And seems we're in the same boat now. Ciri, she's really back? No chance he's mistaken?
Look, that's more or less what she looks like now. Or so our agents claim. Our little witch has grown into a young lady.
So they're our agents now? My, you've clearly settled in quick.
Geralt, don't twist my words. I know who Emir is. He started this war and its bloodshed. He had my friends killed. But I haven't any other choice. So please, let's not belabor the pros and cons and instead focus on finding Ciri. All right?
Right. Emir said the Wild Hunt's after her. I'd find that hard to believe before what happened yesterday. How did they track us down?
Because of me. You see, I've spent months searching for Ciri, using locating spells, haruspicy, geomancy, anything, really. I knew the Wild Hunt might sense it, perhaps even find me, but I thought I'd tricked them.
Well, guess you were wrong.
I've sensed them on my trail, hunting me, for some time. If not for you and Emir's soldiers, they'd have gotten what they were after. I can't risk another encounter like that. It's time to put away the magic, turn to more traditional methods. To the best tracker I know. You must find her, Geralt, before the Wild Hunt does.
What does the Wild Hunt want from Ciri?
The Wild Hunt? What could it want from Ciri?
I've no clue, Geralt. Might have written them to ask, but I don't have their address. I know as much as you do. It must be about her blood. Her gift. As for what the Hunt wishes to do with that gift, I prefer not to think about it, really.
So where has Ciri been seen?
So where's Ciri been seen, exactly?
In two places. Velen and Novigrad. The trail in Velen is most promising. You should make that your first stop. Ask for a merchant named Hendrik at the inn at the crossroads. One of the Emperor's agents. He should get in touch with you.
That's it? No passwords, secret handshakes?
None. Sorry to spoil your fun. Your boyhood fantasies about the crafts of the trade. All we have in Novigrad are unconformed reports, rumors. But there you will have the help of our mutual acquaintance. Triss Merigold. Apparently she's got a cozy flat on the main square.
Sure she'll be delighted to see me. What about you? What will you do?
I shall sail for Skellige. There was a magic explosion there recently, blew half a forest down. I believe this had something to do with Ciri. I'll be in Caer Trold. Join me there once you've learned something.
Before we part, why didn't you contact me earlier?
One thing before we go. Why didn't you contact me? Didn't need me? Didn't even want to see me?
I didn't want to spoil things. I'd heard you and Triss made a great couple.
Yen, I'd lost my memory.
Really? That's your excuse? Let's drop it, all right? It's not what you think, or it helped me understand how much I love you. I don't wish to hear it. Any of it.
He really did lose his memory. That's the second game.
Guess this means we need to split up again. Not my preference, but I understand. Clock's ticking.
It is indeed. So why don't I teleport you to Velen, get you there at once?
Not gonna happen. I'll go on horseback, as soon as I can get changed.
Have it your way? Oh, and you really look quite dashing in black velvet.
Think so? Maybe I can have some of my armor lined with it. Good luck, Yen.
Same to you. And if you wish to learn what's happened in the world while you and Vesemir roamed the wilderness, talk to Ambassador Varatra. That's him over there. And Geralt, I know it's wartime, but try not to be a hero, all right? Just check those leads and come back to me, in one piece. I shall be waiting.
I will say though, of the crazy incidental nudity that this game has shown so far, it is probably the most real world and accurate, because it's mostly just we've seen the main character who we are playing as naked, which would be about as accurate. The person you end up seeing naked the most is going to be yourself. Which I suppose is a great argument to always try to look your best. I think it is foolish not to loot from this guy. So watch this is gonna somehow get me thrown in jail. We got turned around in that cutscene. This was the when we came in. And here's the ambassador. Let's talk to him.
Ambassador Varatra. Yennefer suggested I ask you about current events, the war and so on.
Of course. The Emperor's servants should keep no secrets from each other. If you will, let us approach the map.
This will be helpful. How's the war going?
How's the war going? I mean, apart from the fact that Nilfgaard's triumph is imminent.
I assume this to be a private conversation. We've no witnesses, so let's dispense with the propaganda, even that shrouded in irony. Our offensive was going splendidly until winter came. Edirn was in such disarray that we encountered no resistance. We had reached the Pontar before the first snows. Only a weakened Kedwin remained, and Radovid's Redania, which had ignored the rest of the North's pleas for help. We thought they'd sue for peace, perhaps even submit to vassalization. We waited for spring, certain of victory.
Radovid? Submit?
Yes, a vain hope, I agree. Radovid sent no peace envoys, nor did he advance on our positions. Instead, he trudged over the snow-bound Kestrel Mountains and attacked Kedwin, his ally. This attack took the Kedweni by surprise. They were still mourning the loss of their king. Rudderless and dejected, they laid down their arms after a few lost skirmishes and joined Radovid. And so by spring, instead of two weak enemies, we had only one powerful one.
Let's see.
What about Kavir?
Kavir values its neutrality, enough not to lend its armies, or more importantly, even its coin to either side. Returning to the war, this spring there was a massive battle in the marshes of Velen. Massive, yet indecisive. Both sides suffered enormous losses, unprecedented even. Radovid has retreated across the Pontar. He's safe for now, until reinforcements arrive from the south. Then Emperor Emir var Emrys will deal with him once and for all.
Couldn't you just go home? Save everyone a lot of marching, not to mention a few human lives.
I'm afraid the stakes are too high to fold now. We can only go all in.
What's the situation in Velen? So at least we're getting a slight understanding of what's going on here.
How do things look in Velen?
So it's kind of the problem
as bad as ever, perhaps worse.
Of things
This
being
land
based
never
on a
flowed with
novel
milk and honey,
series.
and now it flows with blood. Armies have swept through it several times, trampling fields, looting granaries, burning villages. Famine grips the populace.
So how's ruling that earthly paradise going for you?
Not well, to be honest. Our forces are spread thin as it is, and Velen is chiefly swampy forests that are difficult to control. We've had several patrols never return to their camps. Thus, we've temporarily delegated authority in this region to a certain Nordling, a former low-ranking officer in the Temerian army, one Philip Strenger, better known by his nom de guerre, the Bloody Baron. I advise you well. Avoid him.
So, we're going to Velen. We're going to Novigrad.
Any news from Novigrad? Is the free city still free?
Yes, although everyone knows this won't last. Radovid is in Oxenfurt, and the Emperor is here in Vizima, at Novigrad's doorstep, both. And both require coin and ships. Novigrad can provide these. Which is why the mood in the city is rather, well, on edge.
Meaning?
How do men deal with fear? They seek reassurance and scapegoats. The Church of the Eternal Fire understands this perfectly, and so it promises to improve the lives of its flock by pointing out the guilty. Who started the war? Who profits from it? Why, it's obvious. Mages, elves, dwarves, in a word, any and all deviants. I've been stationed in Novigrad for 13 years. First as a consul, then as ambassador. I've seen a great deal. Cruelty, cynicism, greed. But what is happening there now concerns me greatly.
So, Novigrad is not going to be a great place for us. What's the latest from the Skellige?
What's new in Skellige?
Nothing. The islanders pride themselves on that, don't they? Doing everything according to tradition, as their forefathers did. And like their forefathers, they quarrel with each other, pillage, occasionally attack our transports. This is cumbersome, but nothing more. Skellige has always been a footnote to history, and so it shall remain.
Sound awfully confident. What if King Bran manages to unite the Jarls? Lead all the clans against your fleet?
King Bran is a feeble old man. From what I know, he barely remembers the names of his own vassals. Uniting all might prove difficult.
So, there looks like an opportunity to take down this country if I want to do that.
Thanks for your help.
Think nothing of it. May the great sun light your path.
The question that should be really asked is, at the end of the day, at the end of this game, are we going to
Scars healed nicely.
Drastically change the events of this world in the way we want? And I don't think I can believe that we are. Loot. Just the way The Witcher 2 ended, it doesn't give that idea that we will be able to control things. Basically, it's a little spoilish, but by the end of what we when we accomplished what we set out to do, this army that's now in power just came in as a cutscene, and there was nothing I could do to stop it or change it. It was not a scenario that would have happened any differently. And from this story you can pretty much figure that, because if this country hadn't taken over and been in power, we would be playing a drastically different game right now. So drastic that it's not realistic that they'd allow that major of a thing to happen.
How might I serve the gentleman?
By returning my things.
Citrus and cloves. The fragrance will keep the gentleman's robes fresh somewhat longer.
Thanks, bunches.
The Emperor is not known for his patience. He wants his daughter back safe and sound, as soon as possible.
Yeah, mentioned something of the sort. So long.
So my whole point of the previous conversation, I know we're starting and stopping to talk, is I should not play this game, and people should not play this game, thinking you're gonna be the hero, that we're gonna beat the Emperor and free the people, and all the people are gonna love me. At the end of the day, I am still going to be a Witcher. People are still going to hate me, and terrible things are going to happen. Maybe some of the decisions I make will affect those decisions, but not significantly. Well, this guy has a quest for me. Gwent, play me. This is cool. To place a bet in Gwent, use the F thing and press A. The amount will be added to the pot. If you win, you get twice as much back. Good. Let's bet 10.
Wouldn't mind a few rounds of cards.
That is a drastically different sentence than what he said. We're gonna just start the game with what we have. Let's see. Biting Frost. Let's see. I can redraw 2. I probably want to redraw one of these. And oh, I guess we get 2 choices. And since those are very high cards and this is a very low card, we'll redraw that. Adds +1 to all units in this row. Let's go ahead and play this guy. Young Emissary for 5. Ooh. So that's 16. Interesting. What is this thing? Not affected by special cards or abilities. Type bind, place next to a card with the same name to double its strength. Interesting. Do I want to continue down this path? What's this? Choose one card from your discard pile and play it. Place next to card with the same name. Let's see. And there's no special ability with that one, so let's play it. I'm at 21. Will he keep playing? Oh no, he figured out a real good way to beat me. Let's see. What does our leader ability do? Let's see. Pick an impenetrable fog from your deck and play it instantaneously. Is he gonna keep playing? Okay. You know what? I think I lost. I really think I've lost here. Let's see. Let's pass. This is the first round of Gwent I've actually lost. He played a lot more cards. I'm hoping. Decoy. Let's see. I can choose any card from a discard pile. So I'm gonna play this guy for 13. Your opponent is passed. I can pass and win this turn. And he might just be out of cards. I might have won this. Let's see. What does this card do? Set the strength of all class cards, close combat cards to this. He's one card ahead. Will this card win it for me? Looks like it will. He passed. I have no more cards. So all I could do is pass. But I've won. Nice! That was a much closer game, I have to admit. A much closer game. It's going to show that the first guy was just kind of made to be really bad at the game. 20 crowns. But I have to... Oh, I got a new card too, Fultist. So if I talk to him again, I can just play Gwent again. I could very slowly, just ever so slowly, try and these aren't real doors. Try to gain more gold. Let's see if we can see the world map. Alright, so there's not a lot here. Let's go through this doorway, go check this area, go check all these other areas, and make some good effort. Now, this doesn't make any sense. This area here cannot be the whole thing. Now my plan is to cruelly loot as much as possible. Here we go. Use the ladder. People are apparently working to fix... Was this... This might have been a location we've been at in the previous games.
Ninta mer data.
Let's see. If you see a throne, you must at least try it out. Nilfgaardian nobleman, noblewoman.
Civilization ends at this camp's boundary.
These guys are destroying, I suppose, the symbol.
Yes, hen as queen.
And then we have this
War en I'd fain. Heil, Kerje!
guard. They don't even speak English. Oh, look, and we can see from this side. It's a little weird they would bother to design this section. I suppose we will be back to this area. I guess I believe in angels. Yeah, that's always a little weird in video games, is that you'll have like a full fantasy realm here, and yet we're seeing statues of angels. So unless those aren't actually angels and there's actually a creature that just looks like an angel in their lore, they just aesthetically decided to do that. Let's see. Let's go down here and see what is down here. Maybe a dungeon? Maybe a treasure room? Maybe some things I can loot? I don't have to join a thieves guild to steal stuff, apparently. This game gives you options. This room is locked. Looks like that might be the little girl's room. We may be back to that section later. Let's see. We could burst in on the guy. Shank him right now.
War en I'd fain.
And then one last look around. We missed some things to loot last time. We do have all of our stuff. So let's get out. Let's get out of this castle. Back to the outside
Yes,
where we are
that's great.
better suited to be.
Till shore evai. Shegana tuvin.
Out the door. Fast travel. Really? It's just gonna have me fast travel. Well, now that we can fast travel, I suppose that means we can fast travel to here. Let's look how big this place is. Oh, come on. How was I supposed to know? This is a massively large place. Huge. It's still going. This compared to White Orchid. Just keep this in mind. How big this place is. And that's one of them. We also have this place. Nope, wait. Novigrad and Valen. It's taking me to the same place when I click on either one. This is strange. Well, so maybe we just have one area unlocked to us right now. We also have the Shimmering Isles area. Or is this just all the same map? No, this is definitely a different area. And what are these? Notice boards. Each yellow dot you see, its own little thing. So Karen Moore, doesn't look like we can go to Karen Moore right now, but Karen Moore is pretty big too. And I kind of want to go back to White Orchid. Just to go back here and see the small amount of the size of this. And I've forgotten to do something in White Orchid too, so actually I am going to fast travel to White Orchid. We're going to go right here to the sawmill.
Geralt and Yennefer were reunited, but something even more important happened in Vizima. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned from afar, and she was in danger. He was to find her, at the Emperor's command and Yennefer's behest.
So we are finally to a new load screen, which is nice. We wanted to go check this guy, the herbalist, out. See if we can see if her friend ever healed, and see if she knows anything about the story. Our friend is missing, so let's talk to her.
Yes?
Where's Lena?
Where's Lena? Something happened?
She was getting better. Then Nilfgaardians came, carried her off.
Nilfgaardians? Why? What did they want with her?
I've no notion. They don't explain what they do. It's not in their custom.
Listen, ever heard of a woman named Claire? Lived around here?
Heard of her? A mild way to put it. Claire was a friend. The only person dear to me in all of White Orchard. Until her husband, Volker, quarreled with the lord of the manor. He then gathered the family, moved out into the woods to start a new settlement. The lord and his retinue rode there to convince them to return. They were to be civil. No forcing, no bloodshed. But you saw. Word is Claire said something about the lord's son, Florian. Something that made the Lord furious. But who knows the truth?
Lots of misfortune for such a small village.
'Tis so in every village. Even the smallest. You need only ask. But let's not end on a teary note. Here, a bit of solace.
10 experience and 10 crowns. And some saltpeter. And some Berber cane fruit. And some other stuff. All kinds of items. That was totally worth it. Let's
Kings
go
do the
back
fighting. Peasants do the
and
guarding.
ask the Lord what he did with Lena. When we look at the... See, the recommended level here is 5. How were we supposed to go from the last mission that was a recommended level of 3 to 5? It doesn't make a lot of sense. And we're not seeing anything here as far as why we... There was no quest listed to talk to her about Claire. There was no quest listed here to go talk to these guys about Lena. But I'm gonna go do it, and something's probably gonna happen from it. This is turning into a game that is very much like the real world. Where you just have to actually remember who you talked to and what they said and what happened.
I saw you in Vizima.
Which is something I'm terribly bad about.
Is it true? Northern women bathe once every 3 moons.
Let's talk to this guy.
Keshweksh, will someone explain to me why you are here?
No, he doesn't want to say anything. So they came and
Discipline.
they took her.
That is what you folk lack.
So I would have sworn that that was going to accomplish something. This is weird. Texture map failed. Your video card, the driver froze and was reset. Please check all the issues. Well, that's as good of a place as anywhere to end this episode. We'll start back somewhere close to where we were. I don't know what caused that, but I will certainly try and investigate it and ensure that does not happen again. I do not want this to become an issue that happens a lot. So let's just wrap up. As always, I ask you to like this video, share it, subscribe to my channel, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. This is disappointing. Anyways, if you want to support me, click on my name Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel.